Hey, good morning. I'm Karen. This is Veronica's Dreams Coaching and Tarot. And today is our daily reading. I'm making sure I'm shuffling them right. We're using the light seer today. And I may or may not clarify. I have my Runic Runic Tarot in front of me, Black Cat Tarot, and Edgar Allan Poe. And actually the Astro Matrix too. Never know. What do I want to use today? But I liked using the light seer. It's been a while. So, okay, guys, let's get started here. Keep in mind this is a general reading, may or may not resonate. Also, I feel like these are timeless. You'll come across them when you need to. Take a second. Okay, a couple more shuffles. Okay, current energies today, please. Current situation. King of Swords, present influence. Five of Cups, future influence. Two of Swords. Okay, what we don't see. King of Pentacles. Okay, what to look for. Six of Cups, unexpected. Page of Pentacles. Challenge today, Lovers, Strength, Star. Okay, we had the Star at some point and a reading, right? I don't remember. It was not too long ago. I specifically remember that because I talked about how a star influence, but having that then in the Strength, I just have to say this, like, be reminded you are being guided. That is huge right now, I think, because with the Five of Cups, especially in the present influence, if you're feeling down because something's not working out the way you think, know that you are being guided. It's important. Where does this lead? Strength. After that, there is something going on because we've also been getting the High Priestess. So there's something happening here. Okay, advice, please. Oh, Justice. Eight of Pentacles is at the bottom of the deck. So, I mean, this could be about something that you're learning, absolutely, or something you're focused on. Maybe something you're trying to get better at. But with that, the Eight of Pentacles is putting like all your energy into it and not just wanting to learn it, but wanting to be really good at it. So I feel like there's that kind of feeling, and there is definitely something here about learning. What's interesting to me with the Lovers and the challenge, I feel like that is okay. So I feel like overall this feels kind of like a work situation or a project situation. It definitely could be people because we've got the King of Swords and the King of Pentacles, but I'm like, the feeling there to me is really somebody else that's driving this. I feel like that King of Swords is the current situation, and this is somebody. This somebody is the part of the problem with the Five of Cups. So the Five of Cups is all about, focusing on what you don't have and being upset and being disappointed and hurt. Not hurt like the Three of Swords hurt, but disappointed in the way things have gone. And I feel like it has to do specifically with this person, this King of Swords. So this King of Swords could have said something very direct to you, or they're just a very direct person. This type of personality, or someone that's acting in this way, in this personality, I want to see. I swear, I keep forgetting to make my phone. I'm always curious, who's that? Because I don't get very many texts. But I feel like that's saying that, someone said something, or they're acting in a way that is very aloof, not very caring, not very, and that's where I think this comes into this Lovers being a conflict, because I think this is someone you might care about, but they're not acting like they care about you right now. So with that, you're like, why don't they care about me? Well, I'll tell you why they don't care right now, and I'm going to go straight to this King of Pentacles. And it's not that they don't care, they're in a mode of focus. So there's something going on in their life around them that's making them focus on something very specific, which makes you feel like they're not paying attention and don't care, which isn't really true. They just are focusing maybe on work, maybe a promotion, maybe a project at work, could be even a project at home, even a family matters, because the King of Pentacles is all about that. So to me, this says this king is, you feel like the current situation is not, this person not having, um, not paying attention, and I don't want to say like paying attention like all of the time, like in a, it's more like they're just kind of being aloof. They're not being, maybe they're not communicating all the time, or that when they do, it's very precise and onesie twosie words and things like that. Where the reason is this what you don't see, is they're focused on something really important to them. Um, the future influence is the Two of Swords. I think this is more a blindfold situation here because we have justice in the advice. It's not as much a decision as open your eyes. So in the future, you are going to need to have your eyes wide open, take off that blindfold, because right now I feel like that influence is you blindfolded. The reason why you feel the way you do about this person, probably, and it could be work, it could be love, it could be all of those things, is any of those things, not all of those things. Oh, it could be all of those things, but is because in the future you're not looking at the whole story, you're not looking at everything. So and she's got those blindfolds, and she's kind of like irritated, like she's got these crows, and it's more like that feeling of kind of being hidden. And maybe it's not you that can't take the blindfold off. It could be that the blindfold is there because of a situation, like you can't see something because you just can't see it. It's not that you're not choosing to see it. Just, does that make sense? So it could be any of those things, but either way, if it's you not not opening your eyes, maybe you need to, so also use that as advice. Again, justice being in the advice, we'll talk about that more. So again, we talked about the King of Pentacles and what we don't see. I feel like that is this person, um just trying to make their way, whatever they're doing, whether again it's home, work, school, something. But it's important to their livelihood, right? So it's either family, home, work. That's what they're focused on. It's not like they're being mean. um, the Six of Cups is what to watch for. So you will understand if you watch for something from the past to give you a clue of what's happening here. And what's really weird, we have Strength and where this all leads, but the High Priestess came out next. So again, there's something here that you kind of know. And I think that says a lot. Like there's it'll remind you of the past, or it's exactly the same as something happening in the past, which does not necessarily have a rough outcome. It's just hard right now, especially with that Five of Cups. But I feel like that's what to watch for. Watch for that memory of the past. What is that going on there? The Page of Pentacles is in our unexpected. So to me, there's a lot with this card, but it's definitely learning. And I'm going to go back to this Eight of Pentacles. So there is definitely something happening here, but I feel like with this page, there will also be messages coming in unexpectedly. Pages bring things, bring messages. They're messengers. And but it will have to do with the King of Pentacles situation. Understand? Like it'll help you understand that more. And I get that because they're both pentacles. Page is a messenger. Page can also be about learning, which we've got the Eight of Pentacles there at the bottom of the deck. So these all kind of go together. But what's frustrating is the challenge is you care about this person a lot. And you feel close to them, but right now you don't feel close to them. So that's the challenge. they're focused on something else. So you're challenged with, how do I behave, right? So what the cool thing is the strength is the star. And that, no, things are happening for a reason. This is very important, because when hard things happen, we have, I mean, I don't want you to just use that as an excuse, like things are, things happen for a reason, but, and not, I mean, don't have an excuse, but if you're hurt, you're hurt. If you're disappointed, you're disappointed. It doesn't matter if things are happening for a reason or not. Um, but it's important to know that you're being guided. And with that, though, when you are feeling down and when you are feeling frustrated, or when you feel like you don't know, that's the time to reach into your higher self. That's the time to, meditate, do, any of the manifestations, do your journals, do whatever your practice is to reach to your higher self or higher power, whatever that looks like to you, whether it's whatever that looks like to you. So, because I feel like the strength is huge, but I'm a big believer that the star is a big card, especially in the tarot. Like, if you're a believer in your intuition and in higher selves and angels and higher um, higher powers of any kind, and you are a believer that we're sent messages, and that this card is coincides directly with that. It coincides with the being guided, with the hopes and the wishes and the true higher self. I just feel like they go hand in hand. So to have that as a strength in a tarot reading, to me, is a really big deal. It really is. Um, However, you have to trust that, and that's hard, because no matter how attached we are or how much we identify and with our higher selves and our intuition and all of those things, it doesn't mean that disappointments aren't real. We have to always remember that, because we can be all about, meditating and manifesting and doing, but things happen the way they happen. And where it's, some of it's out of our control, some of it's out of our guide's control. But we were guided to the situation for a reason. And if we need to feel that disappointment, then we're going to learn something from it. And it's something you may not even know until, a long time. So remember that there is a higher purpose. I will tell you too, with the King of Pentacles there, regardless of who that is, there is a higher purpose, because the King of Pentacles to me is the top king. And I say that because they're very grounded and they're very family oriented. They're a little, they're a lot more, they don't have these huge emotions. They're not fiery and all about, or in this case, mean or wordy, an intellect. They're just very much about taking care of their home and family. So I do feel like this is it's important. The strength is where this all leads. But I feel like this kind of coincides with the future influence of the Two of Swords. We're saying take off your mask. You may need to, you're kind of blinded right now, but also remember to show your true self as well. This also says that no matter what, you're going to come out okay. You're going to be strong. But I do feel like too, I talked about this just recently with the strength in this deck. It's about both sides. You don't have to, just because you ask for help or that kind of thing doesn't mean you're not strong. And I feel like though that this is more about the other part. You're going to get through this. It leads to you building strength and stamina and you showing that you can persevere, but persevere because you have it within you, the strength within you. The High Priestess, I said, well, what comes after? So High Priestess, you know how I feel about that when it comes at the end of a reading. Stop, no more. Don't ask any more questions. But I think but I think it coincides with the Star. That you are being guided. And that is, okay, we can't tell you exactly where you're going to go, because for every one of us, it's slightly different. And I think in this reading specifically, Spirit's going, I'm not going to tell you where, all of these people are going, because it's going to be different for everybody. And it's important that you also listen to your intuition, especially since this star is coming up in your strength. I'm telling you, there's something there. And I would focus on that, those wishes, those hopes, your higher self. It's really important because if you're going through a rough time, I don't feel like this is horrible. Okay, so let's be frank. I'm not getting the Ten of Swords. I'm not getting the Three of Swords. I'm getting a disappointment. We can get over being disappointed pretty quickly. Depending on what the disappointment is, but if it's not huge, but part of the disappointment is the blinders, and that's going to be affecting you in the future. So it could lead to something worse if you're not something more, not worse, but something harder to deal with if you don't take those off. Justice is to me your advice. Well, justice as advice to me is saying, you know what? Do the right thing, find the truth, don't assume. The justice card is about balance, is about physical balance, is about being honest, being truthful, being true, the right thing. I'm going to read it in this book because we have our little sections, and I actually will tell you I do like these. That gives us a different little perspective. Justice, temperance, death, hangman, justice. My good karma is delightfully loving, and it can be the most motivating of teachers. So, you know what? Remember that too. Have a good attitude. Know that, I mean, she does look very lovely. Like, she, you know what I mean? Just, I don't know, has kind of that, it feels like kind of coincides with the strength card, you know? But I do think overall that feels like really good energy. I'm going to do quick 3 cards. Is there anything else we need to know today? I'm going to use the Runic for that. Overall, I'm going to tell you, I feel like it's going to be an okay day. I don't think we need to worry too much. Oh boy. Okay. Let's take 3 cards. So anything else we need to know, and then we're going to do what's the best thing today. Those are always interesting. And I don't take things that pop out like that. Okay, anything else? 3 cards, please. Anything else that is important for us to know regarding this situation or not? What do we need to know? Okay, 3 cards, please. 10 of Pentacles, the Tower, the Emperor. So know that things are going to change. You're going in one direction right now. That direction is going to change. But it's going to lead you to more control, or if this person is a person, lead you to this person. So whatever this change is, this is important for you to know that there will be a change to the direction. And I say the direction because this 10 of Pentacles talks about being at a point where you've created all the tools, you have your entire tribe, and now you can go to war. Well, you're headed in a certain direction. So that's going to change. There's something that's going to change here. But I feel like with the Emperor, it says you're going to be more in control. So keep that in mind if something feels wonky. And I feel like that's saying that, again, I think this 10, it's going to coincide with the star. You're going in the direction you need to go, but it is going to change. So one more card. What is the best thing today? What is the best thing that will happen today? 8 of Wands. So for some of you, it's going to be a really good message that's going to come in. For some of you, it's going to be travel. You're going to have the opportunity to travel or move. It could be all of those things. It could be that you get a message today about maybe a job offer or something where you may need to travel, or you'll get a job offer or a love offer and you'll be going to see somebody. But I think it's both. It's a message and travel and movement of some sort, whatever that looks like to you. It could just be moving up, but I feel like it's a hot energy. And when I say hot, it's quick. So pay attention to messages today, regardless of who they're from. Just kind of pay attention to them. I'm not saying that each message is going to be the message, but pay attention to them because there is going to be a message today that's going to be very important and could shape something that is coming in or needs to come in. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed the reading today. I appreciate you. Please hit the like button and give me any comments. I appreciate them all. Thank you. Have a beautiful day.